Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. And India have won the series against New Zealand 1-0. After that thrilling match in Kanpur and Mumbai, it was a more one-sided affair. There were times where New Zealand were dominating. For instance, Ajaz Patel 10 wickets in that first innings, a historic moment for him, and we will talk about that. But also, that Daryl Mitchell partnership with Henry Nichols, that was a good partnership as well. But apart from that, it was all India in this Test match with the bat. There was some trouble with Ajaz Patel consistently picking up wickets, but Mayank Agarwal, he steadied the ship and he put on partnerships with Saha, with Shubman Gill, with Akshar Patel. He scored a 150, a massive 100 there, a really good innings. And then after that, the Indian bowlers did the job. Ashwin was fantastic this game, picking up 4 wickets in the first innings and picking up 4 wickets in the second innings as well. Really constantly at the batsman, economy rate in check, and also turning the ball in and out. Excellent bowling from Ashwin. That Kadam ball as well coming to good use. We saw Jayant Yadav especially come into the second innings, come into his own, picking up 4 wickets as well. And it just shows that India has plenty of depth when it comes to spin bowling, especially in home conditions. There are plenty of options, and even if someone like a Jadeja, who's a great bowler, if he gets injured, someone like a Jayant Yadav can step in. There's also Washington Sundar, who is injured currently, but he's someone who can step in as well. So India have plenty of options in these conditions, and these conditions really suit them. I think with the bat, they've shown that someone or the other will chip in, especially that middle to lower order. They always contribute in these conditions, even if it's tough, if it's spinning. They manage to get runs somehow, whether it's an Akshar Patel in this instance or even a Saha, and sometimes it's Ashwin, sometimes it's even Siraj will give you a cameo. So in these conditions, the lower order is also confident, and that sets them apart from the rest of the teams that come and visit. And that compound wicket, we noticed that it was a bit slower turn. There was turn there. New Zealand did brilliantly to survive, but in this pitch, it was quicker. The turn was quicker. It was bouncing as well. As bouncing from ball one. It was turning. Sorry, it was turning from ball one, and it was always going to be difficult for New Zealand. As soon as that first inning started, credit has to give to Siraj. You have to give credit to Siraj because it was a spinner's track, but he came in, picked up 3 wickets initially, and set the tone for the spinners, set the platform, and the spinners did their job. And no looking back. So I have to give a lot of credit to Siraj for starting off like that. He was steaming and bowling really well, gave his 100%, and particularly in conditions that don't suit fast bowlers, he's mastered that. Him and Umesh Yadav, they're really good in these conditions, and Siraj is really turning out to be a great bowler for India in all conditions, and really happy for him from that side of things. But yeah, for New Zealand, big positive has to be Ajaz Patel, a local lad from India, from Mumbai, picking up 11, all 10 wickets against India. It's a sensational achievement. 13 wickets in the game, and it's a moment that he'll never forget. It's a test match that he'll never forget, and he's there with an elite group. He's the third person to join that group after Jim Laker and Anil Kumble. So congratulations to Ajaz Patel for that. I think he bowled really well. This pitch again, if you compare to Kanpur, it suited him more because it was quicker turn, a sharper turn. It wasn't the slow where you can play him off the back foot. Here you play him off the back foot, you're gonna get beaten. So he really bowled well. I think in the second innings he got a bit tired, but Ravindra really backed him up, and they tried their best. They picked up wickets. Both of them picked up 3 wickets each, but just wasn't enough. And I think someone like Somerville was very disappointing in this test match, and in this series in particular. If he contributed a bit more, I think New Zealand could have at least won one test match, especially that the first test match in itself. So, but nothing to be too stressed about from New Zealand point of view. Yes, it's a series loss. Yes, it's another series loss. It's against the World Test Championship points. They don't get points for that. But I think they should be proud of themselves the way they've performed. And without Kane Williamson in this test match, it was always going to be difficult. But if you look at the first test match as well, the resolve, they showed the determination, they showed that they're tough. They're a tough team to crack. They probably don't have like 1 star, 2 stars apart from Williamson. They don't have any lavish star or anything like that. But they'll always fight it out. They'll come out from situations in this test match as well. Like India were getting runs, but Ajaz Patel picked up those 10 wickets. So New Zealand fought themselves way back, right? And yes, it didn't work out for them in this test in itself, but I think a draw and a loss is not too bad. We've seen teams come here and get whitewashed, but of course, New Zealand won't be thinking like that. What I'm thinking, I think they will be disappointed. They'll think that this was an opportunity, especially in that first test match. India they had 4 or 5 players missing, and New Zealand really had them in a really difficult position. India were 50 for 5 in that third innings. So I think, yeah, New Zealand might see it as an opportunity lost, but they always have another opportunity to face India, their favorite side, especially in ICC tournaments. But yeah, I think a really good series, especially the first test match was very good. Now for Team India, they're going to South Africa, so we will get your updates for that. New Zealand will go back home, get some rest. Then their summer season will start as well. There will be matches in New Zealand, and they will get up for that. But for me, the player of the series, there's plenty of options. You can go Ashwin, you can go. I think it's very difficult for me to say. Uh, but I could have gone Shreyas Iyer as well because I think he was great in that first Test match. But you can take your pick. I think from a year from Ashwin. Agarwal didn't have a great first Test match. That's the thing, right? Like the people who played well in the first Test didn't necessarily play well in the second. Probably can give it to Ashwin. I think from that side of things, I think he had a good Test match in both matches. So yeah, probably the player of the series for me. And yeah, apart from that, it was a very good series, entertaining stuff, especially the first test. And looking forward to some more cricketing action. The Ashes coming up, so make sure you tune in for our previews and our content from that as well. And yeah, until then, take care. Hope you enjoyed this series, and we will get back to you with the next series coming up as well for India, but also for all the other teams with Ashes coming up as well. We'll get you the content. And until then, take care and enjoy the rest of the week.